supporter, and I just don't know what to say. But thank you very much for everything you're doing. So
Thank you, Cornelius, and thank you for sharing your story, man. I appreciate that. And so I see so what I would say as we finish up for tonight is one keep it simple. Like, just and don't underestimate your power. Like don't ever feel like you don't know enough or you're not the person or whatever. Like you have to be the person. You literally might be the best person to share certain information with people that are not going to get this from anywhere else. And so I encourage you to just step out there, knowing that you don't know everything, and to make it easy, just stick with the basics. You know, stocks, real estate, entrepreneurship. That's where people make money. And then you can go a little deeper. What does it mean to own stock? What is it, real estate? Okay, what does that, why is real estate such a good place to have your wealth and generate income, things like that. And then and then if you want to talk about trust and stuff like that, you can. If it gets more complex, like I know Cornelius is talking about some of the athletes having things like the NIL deals and stuff like that. Yeah, that does get a little more complicated for sure. But you'd be amazed at how most of the wealth building can be done very easy, even if you don't have a lot of knowledge. Like someone who just simply says, "I've got a bunch of money. I'm gonna go in and literally just grab a bunch of S&P 500 stocks and just pump money into that thing, and I don't even know what I own, and but they're all S&P 500 companies." That person will have 10 times more wealth than the average American if they do that for 10 or 15 years straight. No question about it. No question about it. So don't make it like it's rocket science. And the biggest thing the biggest mistake you can make is to let your lack of knowledge freeze you up and to feel like, okay, I got to know everything before I get started. No, no, you don't. Just, if you own shares of IBM and then you have shares of Google and you have shares of Microsoft and you have shares of Humana, you're not gonna go broke. Like that's not gonna go bad for you. Where you got it, where it gets tricky is when you start making these these sort of off the books kind of investments, like these private equity situations. Like your cousin says, hey, give me your life savings and we can go buy, a bakery together. You better be an expert to do that because there's a lot of little rules that have to be applied to make sure your money's protected. But the public markets are designed to literally be built for investors with training wheels. So if you have training wheels and you feel like you don't know how to ride the bike yet, great. That's you know what the whole stock market crash of 1929 laid the foundation to structure the market so that average everyday investors who don't know what's going on are protected. So you're not completely protected. Don't get me wrong. There are things out there that can ruin you, but you're not going to get ripped off if you're buying shares of Nvidia over here and Ford over there and all that. You Where people get hurt is that they try to go jump into crypto and NFTs and day trading and these fly by night crazy operations. That's when you get killed. Or Grant Cardone has a real estate deal that's going to 10x your money and all that. I don't touch none of that stuff. I like to keep it real simple. The public markets provide you a tremendous privilege, and I would encourage you just set it and forget it. All right, last question. How can I borrow money for a HELOC against my property? Lender stated I need a W-2 to receive a HELOC.